Hello and welcome to this video. My name is David Thorne. In this video we're going to be talking about the Docker pull command and basically how to download an image from the Docker registry. So if you don't know how to download an image, or you don't know what Docker pull is, or you're just a beginner in Docker generally, then this video is perfect for you, because we're going to be going over all of the different types of ways to do Docker pull or Docker image pull and so on. With that said, let's get started. If you want to be able to install and configure any like Ubuntu machine or MySQL Server or Nginx or Node, NPM and so on, you're going to have to pull the image. So let's just go over this right now. If we want to get Debian downloaded using the latest version, then we just say docker pull Debian, and then the semicolon after it is going to pull the actual version or the tag that has been added to the Docker registry. Once we've done this, we can see it's then already exists, all right, and it's downloaded, and we can run then docker image and then ls, or we can run docker images. Is basically exactly the same thing. And we can see here Debian latest has been pulled already. Now, if we now pull Ubuntu, because Ubuntu is based upon Debian, and we just say latest once again, this won't have to pull that much because Debian has already been pulled, and any layers that are on top of the Debian will be pulled as well. So if we run docker images once again, you can see we now have the Ubuntu latest and also then the Debian latest as well. Okay, so this is basically the pull command, and there isn't like an unpull command. That's just basically called a removing an image. So once you have pulled an image from the Docker registry, and if you want to delete that one Docker image, then all we got to do is we can do it one of a couple of ways. We can say docker RMI. This is then going to remove an image, and we then can say Debian, and that's going to remove it. If we look again, we can see it's gone. If we want to remove this Ubuntu, but we want to just use the image ID, we can do this one too. And we'll just say docker RMI, and we remove that image. And now we can say Docker images, and we can see there are no images now installed. So if we now go and run and pull Debian once again, and we also now go and pull the Ubuntu machine, the Ubuntu image once again, and now we run and have a look at all of the images that we've got. We can also delete any of these images. We can also delete any of these images in line 2. So we can say Debian on one, and we can say E on the other, and this E is referencing the first letter of it, because the image of Debian is starting with 6. It means they're both unique, right? And we can just use the identifiers here. And now we run docker image ls once again. We see we have no more images, so we can reference the Docker images either by their image ID or then their actual name. Now, if we want to have a specific version of a image as well, we can do this. So we can say docker pull, and we say Debian is then going to be the machine, the image that we want to download from the registry. And if we want to then download the bookworm tag, this will go off and do this, and it will pull it now. And then we just say docker image ls once again, and we can see bookworm. So now if you wanted to pull like another tag, another release of Debian, we could do this as well. So we could say then docker pull, and then we'll just say Debian, and we'll say bullseye, and it will go off and download and install that one version too. So this gives you the flexibility of being able to pull different versions of different tags, all right, and also being able to delete them now. Now, if we don't say any tag at the end of it, that will then default, as you can see, using default tag a latest. And if a latest tag hasn't been published onto the Docker registry, then it's going to give you a little bit of a problem, all right? So with that said, this is basically the docker pull command. Now, I just want to give you a quick insight to it, and we're going to go through it in the up and coming videos. If we say docker run, and let's just delete the bookworm the image, and we'll just say docker RMI. And as you can see here, we've got 676. These are the same images, right? Because it's the latest version. And we're going to delete the bookworm. Oops, sorry. Yeah, actually have to say the image, obviously. and we come here and we remove that. Now we come here, we still have the Debian latest, right? So what I wanted to say is that if we want to, we don't want to do the pull command, we want to save ourselves a command, we can just use the run command, and then we can say then dash it, and that has nothing to do with the pull command. But this is going to then download and execute an image if it doesn't exist, right? It's going to download an image from the registry if it doesn't exist prior to do any other executions. So you can see it's unable to find it locally, and it goes off and it downloads it as well. And if we look at the Docker desktop, we can now see that that container is up and running, and we can see the different images that we've got here. Now, if we wanted to manage this from Docker Desktop 2, we can do it. So this is the image that we just created, or the container that we just started, so we can get rid of it. We can come to here as well, and we can then select all of these, and we can delete them all as well, and they're now all gone. And you might see that there's some volumes being added. Okay, with that said, that should now be just enough for you to understand the Docker pull command. If we now look at the options that you've got here as well, it had all tags, download all tags, tagged images in the repository, disable content trust, platform string, and quiet. So there's nothing really here. Nothing really here. It doesn't really do anything more. Apart from that, you can see that Docker image pull. So we can also run Docker image pull, and then Debian, and then bookworm once again. And it is basically exactly the same command. All right. So with that said, I hope this has been a good introduction. It should have been a detailed enough introduction for you about the Docker pull command. If you do have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments down below. It would really help me if I had a like or a dislike or something, or a share. And if you want to subscribe to my videos, I've got hundreds of other videos all about all different things to do with programming and Linux as well. And just basically some normal life videos too. I try to keep the videos as random as possible because it's my channel and I like to post videos on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, and goodbye.